taken away.
Yeah, and Zaya Rakan could be the option. Showmaker could take away a pick of his own if he would like to. Of course, it will be the Zaya Rakan and the Tristana, feeling like a bit of a pick away. We've seen Tristana's used alongside the Maokai to pretty great effect. And now, is it going to be Beryl giving away what he's going to be going towards, or are we going to collect a jungler for ourselves on the side of KT?
You certainly can get thinned out a little bit if you don't grab a jungler here, but I think Renata Kalista is just too big of an opportunity to pass up, and they're going to take that and try to keep this lane on the bottom side of the map completely in their control in the early parts of that laning phase here. You've got a Tristana for some strong push. Again, blind, but feels like there's a lot of matchups that you're very happy to play into. Well, let's see what the bans are going to look like here now in terms of locking away champions from the mid lane. Jace to be gone here first. We might see a Yone ban as well. Though a little bit tougher to play Yone into Renata in this particular case. Brand Jungle also gone here with double 80 carry for KT Rolster. We saw the success of this yesterday from Willer, and it's no shock to see the ban come through a second time.
คุณผู้ฟังโคกินี่ไม่ได้เห็นเขาแบนนานแล้วนะแสดงว่ามันเมตาเขาเรียกว่าอะไรนะมันกลับมาเมตาแผ่นนี้แหละปกตินี่ไม่เห็นมาหลายแผ่นแล้วโคกิ
Rumble could be a ban to look at here.
Oh, that's a very good point.
Yeah, and obviously works very well.
คือตอนนี้การแข่งทัวร์นาเมนต์ทั่วน่าจะนั่นเลยมั้งทั้ง LCK LCS อ่ะก็คือเป็นแพทปัจจุบันกับที่ในประเทศไทยตอนนี้คือ 14.1 ซึ่งน่าจะเพิ่งกลับมาแพทนี้แหละ 14.1 ก็คือแพทที่แบบมันเปลี่ยนปกติโคกินี่ไม่เห็นมานานแล้วไม่เห็นเขาแบน
Very strong with Kalista.
น่าจะเป็นเมตาหลักแล้วเดานะแต่ว่ายอมรับว่าโคกิแผ่นนี้แบบเริ่มเห็นคนเล่นเยอะแต่ว่าแรงอยู่
rather a D plus a little bit here, but I love the pick.
I kind of like it, and we've seen tree versus tree quite a bit, right? Like this was a thing that was happening quite a lot last year.
แต่เล่นหน้าตานี้ปกติเล่นหน้าตานี่เห็นมาตั้งแต่แพทที่แล้วการแข่งโบก็ยังเห็นแสดงว่าบัฟแมปใหม่มันก็ยังโหดอยู่ไอเวิร์นก็เพิ่งเห็นคนเล่นนะมันเวิร์ก็ไม่ค่อยเห็นเขาหยิบมาแต่แพทนี้มันโหดจริงเพราะว่าพวกไอเทมซัพพอร์ตเห็นโปรเพลเยอร์หลายคนบอกว่ามันขี้โกงแต่จริงๆเขาไอ้นี้ถ้าให้เดาแพท
Aatrox could be a good pick here for Kingen because it has such great ball
ไม่แน่ใจว่าคุณผู้ฟังเขาเรียกว่าอะไรได้สังเกตไหมไอแพท 14.1 ที่เราเล่นกันปัจจุบันมาโดนปรับไปแล้วนะคือพอเขาปรับครั้งแรกมันเพิ่งปรับเสร็จใช่ไหมแล้วพอกลางแพทมาโดนปรับอีกรอบนึงเพราะว่าไอเทมบางอันมันโหดแล้วก็แชมเปี้ยนบางบวกมันโหดไปในแพท 14.1 จนเขาต้องเนิร์ฟเพิ่มกลางแพทเบอร์ที่เดินเนิร์ฟก็คือโคกิเบอร์หนึ่งแน่ๆ
Showmaker and Syndra were synonymous with each other in Damwon's 2021 runs through the LCK where they were extremely dominant leading up to, unfortunately, their failure at MSI and then later on Worlds, but Showmaker is a fantastic Syndra player. I give him full confidence in this matchup into Tristana that he will be able to mitigate that Tristana.
เพราะว่าตอนนี้อะไรนะในไทยเขาอะไรนะเขาไม่ได้จัดการแข่งใช่ไหมเราเลยไม่รู้ว่าเมตาไปถึงไหนแล้วเลยต้องไปดูเมตาของต่างประเทศแทนว่าเขาเล่นอะไรกัน
A lot of respect is going to have to be shown on the bottom side for D+.
I would agree, but I do think that this fits into Aiming's wheelhouse very well. He's a great defensive player on the bottom side of the map, and yes, Beryl and Deft are going to have a lot of early priority, but if Zyra Khan make it through that early game relatively unscathed, could be a very difficult time for KT. Wasn't even looked at, but
ซินด้าก็เพิ่งกลับมาแต่ซินด้าของแทงที่เขาเรียกว่าของไอเทมเมดแพทนี้ก็ขี้โกงนั่นน่ะไอกระทาที่มันสกิลแล้วมันระเบิดออกมาที่พอเมดมันใช้สกิลใส่แป๊บหนึ่งใช่ไหมแล้วสักพักมันเหมือนจะจบใช่ไหมคุณผู้ฟังก็มันจะมีอะไรระเบิดตามมาเชื่ออะไรไม่รู้กระทาขาวๆในนั้นน่ะขี้โกงคือมันโหดจนต้องเขาเนิร์ฟทิ้งอ่ะคุณผู้ฟังคิดแล้วกันคือมันโดนเนิร์ฟกลางแผ่นนะอีกระทาอีกระทาขาวอ่ะ
And does that mean that we might have some E word? Not entirely sure. Does the E word matter? Week 1 of spring?
I'm keeping my lips zipped on that one. I'm gonna keep it inside, but You know, you mentioned 2018 being both an exciting year for KT, but also a tragedy. I feel like 2023 was same scenario, right? It was KT's best performance since
แต่ของ LCK ของลีกเกาหลีตอนนี้เขาเล่น Best of 3 นะคือมันไม่ใช่แบบบางเขตบางโซนของบางลีกของยุโรปบางลีกมันเล่นอยู่นะเล่นเกมเดียวแต่ว่าบางลีกก็คือเนี้ย Best of 3 เลย
could come back here as down here at level 1 barrel just on the edge of the brush and it is going to be a blue start here for Lucid. Perfect is going to scout it out.
แต่ไอ้ว่นป่าในไทยเหมือนจะไม่ค่อยเห็นนะส่วนใหญ่ยังไม่ค่อยเจอแต่มอใครป่าเจอบ่อยอยู่
Yeah, I feel like he needs something a bit off the wall, you know, to be the one that he's really into. I agree.
You know, he wasn't here in the LCK for Ivern's return last year. He was spending his time on Team Liquid then, but glad to see that even though it's not as meta as it used to be, still quite strong. He's ready to bring it back in week 1.
Yeah.
I missed this one. I'll go ahead and a little bit late, but better late than never on the Ivern.
I would agree, and I've just always liked the tree matchup, you know? It's just
ปกติเล่นล่างไอ้นั่นเล่นหน้าต่างกับเวลาคันไม่ค่อยกดกันนะยกเว้นว่าเลเวลแรกอะเพราะว่าเล่นหน้าต่างมันระยะตีมันไกลกว่าแต่พอเลเวลเท่ากันก็มันไม่ค่อยกดกันเพราะว่ามันมี CC ทั้งคู่อันนี้จากที่เคยเล่นนั้นนะเล่นล่างซับไปไว้
Koshik clears this very quickly. We'll go ahead and be able to grab the Raptors and then the Wolf Cap. As, yep, this is what Kalista Renata does.
And BDD also getting a little bit aggressive here. Does charge up that explosive quite a lot. Evens out the trade from earlier. These Dark Spheres keep landing though. Showmaker can be very dangerous as we get the zoom in, yes.
There it goes.
This is the cannon.
You know, I mean, that's good
ที่สนาตอนแข่งก็ไม่ค่อยเห็นนะแพทที่แล้วแพทที่มันเป็นโบว์อะเพิ่งมาเห็นแพทนี้ส่วนเคซันเต้นี่น่าจะโหดทุกแพทมั้งเรกเบอร์แค่โอ้เพราะในโบก็เห็นบ่อยขนาดแบบปรับมาแบบใหม่ยังมาเลยแต่มันน่าจะขี้โกงมั้งเพราะตั้งแต่
from Showmaker as well. Trigger Seed needing to be avoided.
ว่าไอ้แมปใหม่ 14.1 มันมีกำแพงเยอะไงคนเล่นเคซันเต้น่าจะชอบอันติแล้วก็พาทะลุไปลง
exactly how that was going to go well for BD. The timing was close. You know, he was selling it like you said, but did end up having to expend his flash. It's a trade of flashes though. Good timing there from Pyoshik. Had that warded the blue side Raptor camp so that he knew that Lucid wasn't in the vicinity.
Nicely played from Showmaker though. Really. Just keeping his cool, and as soon as you see your opponent flash in the mid lane, I think you can feel a little bit better about using your own, and so he's able to do so. No real worries as Lucid is lurking, but he hasn't really found too many inroads just yet. Of course, he's a Maokai, pre-level 6. Not exactly an expected outcome, as some cannons do get taken this time around, as Perfect is going down incredibly low. And Kingan's using his prestige of his skin.
I was going to mention, you know, we didn't talk about it too much. It was a good place to pick the Aatrox, but it's also Kingan.
Yep.
And he is up against not a technical rookie, but an inexperienced rookie here in Perfect, and starting to get some advantages here topside. Nothing really to write home about as Pyoshik's back, and no flash for Showmaker.
Yeah, there's another scatter. Now that's on cooldown as now BDD's looking for more, and I think Showmaker might be dead this time. He gets the reset, and there is the kill. Pyoshik collecting first blood here for KT.
The power of Tristana is so much auto attack damage. You empower it there with the trigger seed. You put up that brush and get some additional damage down, and with Showmaker not having flash there, as long as he gets hit by the root, he is basically dead in every scenario. That's going to be a lost wave here, as he does not have teleport to get back to the lane. So big kill, but also a lot of lost minion gold here for Showmaker at the same time.
Yeah, it's a little bit rough because Tristana is also a legitimate carry threat for the entirety of the game, right? And has hit that sort of first initial spike that you can feel pretty good about, and it's only really going to get worse if he's allowed to get further and further on. Kind of like Caitlyn has that little bit of a trough in the middle, but once you draw all of those beads, very scary. So let's have a look at it one more time.
Yep, so BDD comes in here, scatters out early, so there's nothing he can do to stop Pyoshik. He can't flash the root, and he's against the wall, so it's really easy for Pioshik to just line that one up. If he tries to stop to avoid it, then he's just going to take too much damage from Tristana. Kind of a catch-22 situation. BDD now has work threads available, so these orbs are just really not going to hit for that much against BDD here, and he can continue to actually try to stack those autos on Showmaker and go for those extended trades. Top side going to Pioshik here, as well as the teleport from Perfect comes in, and we will see. It's like Kingen coming out to scout this. No, just gonna check Krugs. Okay, there he does drop the ward there. Spoke too soon.
Some information being gained, but I don't think they have the priority in order to try and fight for Steve, Bob, and Kevin, and so they will just be taken here by KT. See whether they can get towards
ตอนแรกคิดว่าไอตัวเขาเรียกว่ากลอมหรอไม่ใช่คิดว่าอะไรนะไอตัวใหม่มันชื่ออะไรนะวอยอะไรสักอย่างอ่ะที่มันช่วยทำให้มันได้บัฟตีป้อมใช่ไหมตอนแรกนึกว่าเขาต้องตี3ตัวพร้อมกันแต่สรุปเวลาแข่งเขาก็ตีทีละตัวนะเพราะถ้าเกิดมันตี3ตัวมันจะไอ้นั้นใช่ไหมเรียกว่าอะไรนะเวลาฆ่าตายทีละตัวตัวที่เหลือมันจะโหดขึ้นใช่ไหมเคยเห็นแบบผู้เล่นตอนในแรงมันไม่รู้ทำไงเหมือนกันตี3ตัวให้ตายพร้อมกันรู้สึกว่ายากอยู่นะแต่แสดงว่าเวลาเห็นโปรเพลเยอร์เล่นเขาก็ตีทีละตัวแต่ถ้าแชมเปี้ยนที่ทำได้อาจจะต้องเป็นพวกเคอะไรอย่างงี้มั้งแบบทำให้มันตายแบบ3ตัวพร้อมกัน
That would really help out this Tristan and her ability to just push to the side. Just so incredibly strong for champions like that, for split pushing champions like Jax, so we've seen it so much already. Can be annoying for even if Xante gets his hands on it, starts controlling the lane, but Deft and Barrel just going to sit under this turret now and chill out. D+ has bottom side control. Kingen is winning this lane here. So BDD is going to come up here with Pioshik and get a little bit more control as is scouted, of course, by Showmaker. And the game plan here for this next Drake is going to become so interesting for me because that's when you're going to start to see Tristana maybe pop off in a team fight, get some resets, and D+ are going to have to be so careful how they utilize Lucid's ultimate in that fight. If it hits big, then it's really hard for KT to contest this next Drake. There'll be 2 Drakes down. If he doesn't hit big with it, BD gets on a backline target or can help chew through Kingen. That's when things can go really badly, obviously, for D+ very early on in this game.
And also with the added, extra enchanter that they have. Of course, Renata is a little bit more of like, she's a disruptor. She's not going to really buff you up outside of utilizing her bailout, which can give you the extra attack speed and the extra life, but she's more about being frustrating for the opposition with her hostile takeover. Pioshik will offer that real enchanter type support to this composition. We've seen it so many times work out so well, and we'll see whether that's going to be enough to sort of stop D+ with their very standard style composition, right? Like there's a lot of go-in options, there's a lot of, damage of different profiles, right? With Showmaker and aiming both there. Yeah. So it's some different ideas as to how this is going to be played out, but D+ are looking to try and get towards this bottom lane. Lucid just delivering a present. Okay, that's a big flash already. Fate's Call was channeled, and that's why you can see Lucid just getting the heck out of there. Yeah, that's not what I have to deal with it.
He gets rooted, hit by Fate's Call, and then Eclipse is on top of him. That is lights out.
อารมณ์พวกที่มันมี CC ทั้งคู่มันจะเหมือนใครใช้สกิลแบบก่อนแล้วแบบอีกฝั่งนึงก็จะมีโอกาสเดินขึ้นมากดเลยแต่ถ้าต่างฝ่ายต่างไม่ได้ใช้สกิลที่มัน CC ก็จะยืนมองกันอย่างนี้
Of course, the next objective will be that second stack of Void Grubs that will be coming up that KT does currently have vision over. And BDD going to grab another back here. Pick up some components here. Doesn't have enough for too much just yet. Rush those Merc Treads, grab the Noon Quiver. Want to see how much attack damage he has in his inventory when we do come up to that next fight.
Yeah. And BDD is just kind of cruising along, right? Feeling all right on this Tristana. Down a little bit, but Showmaker very comfortable on this champion, and Syndra just in general going to be feeling a little bit better in the early stages of the game. Kingen doing the same thing as he has about a 2-wave advantage up against Perfect here in the top lane. And just some Aatrox things, but also maybe some Kingen things being demonstrated.
Yeah, certainly true.
หรือว่าไม่รู้ว่าลีกไทยไม่รู้เขาจะจัดแข่งหรือเปล่านะคุณผู้ฟังเพราะว่าช่วงนี้ก็ต้องหาดูแบบนี้ไปก่อนเราจะได้รู้ว่าเมตาต่างประเทศเป็นยังไง
more reliant on their engage, and KT are just trying to keep one of these two AD carries alive long enough to win the fight, and if aiming dies for any reason in any scenario, then Showmaker is just not going to be able to keep up with BDD's damage. He's Syndra. He gives you some engage, he gives you some burst damage. He doesn't have damage throughput like Tristana has, like an AD carry has.
ให้ KT เอาอีตัวเล็กอีก3ตัวนี้ที่โกงนะเพราะว่าถ้ามันได้อีตัวใหม่อะไอ้มอนเตอร์ใหม่ครบ6ตัวมันจะมีบัฟแบบที่โกงตีป้อมแรงขึ้นอะมันจะมีนั่นเขาเรียกว่าอะไรนะมีตัวเล็กๆมาช่วยตีป้อม
as far as not last play, the last one that he was considering taking before backing away.
บ่าวของ DK เอ้านี่เหมือนเขาให้นะคุณผู้ฟังเพราะว่าโมไคมันเดินลงไปล่างหรอ
And unfortunately Showmaker doesn't have Prio, so really difficult to make a cross map here for D+. They're going to try to maybe dive Kalista now. Deft he knows about this.
Yeah, he's just backing away. Beryl maybe a little bit in the wrong spot as there is the Nature's Grasp, but now Fate's Call just going to be utilized, and man, if you're a player like Beryl, Fate's Call is a pretty good ability.
อ๋อเขาอาจจะเอาคิดว่าได้มังกร2ตัวอาจจะคุมพอกันไม่พอกันหรือเปล่า
Is this going to be plate gold going over to aiming regardless, and some farm
ก็คือฝั่ง
denying here
KT
from
ได้
Deft.
ไอ้
So
นั่น
this
ไป
is a
6ตัว
successful
เลย
cross map, but Grub's going over feels really good here for KT with the Tristana in their composition, and now they can rotate over and contest this Drake. It's going to be difficult with Beryl being so low on health, but he still has his ultimate available. Didn't pop that one. Lucid, on the other hand, does not. So this is a really critical timing here for KT if they can capitalize correctly. It looks like they may just give it up.
Well, you can see Showmaker
อ้าวมังกรก็ไม่ได้
just a little bit by BDD. Doesn't get stunned up by the Scout of the Week. And I think one of the reasons why KT make the right call in giving this one up is the fact that Kingen has teleport,
เสียแค่เพล
and
ท
Perfect does not. And Perfect was thinking about getting a roam
แต่
down.
ว่าไม่เสียมังกร
Decides not to go for it. They still get vision on this Drake because DK elected to go for a reset instead of doing too much more.
ตอนแรกคิดว่าเห็นมอคายเดินลงล่างใช่ไหมเขาจะแบบแลกได้มังกรกับไอตัวไอ3ตัวนั้น
clears this wave,
สรุปมังกรไม่ได้
and that's going to have to be caught here from D+. This is the perfect window. Like, they didn't really need to start the Drake unless D+ was going to come over here and start taking it themselves, but they just weren't in a position to do so. They didn't have enough prio, so they get vision, they get the wave shoved in mid, and now this is going to be very likely the equalization of Drakes here. D+ kind of sort of contesting, but not really. They're just watching it happen with the Ivern brushes here. There's no information. There's a control ward in the pit. Kind of an unplayable situation here for D+, so losing back-to-back objectives here really does hurt.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, because I feel like DK were in a pretty good position to try and threaten, but kind of went for a reset and then weren't able to get back onto the map effectively enough.
And I think that failed bottom side dive, you know, really did a number on them. You traded Fate's Call for Lucid's ultimate, but you need Lucid's ultimate to contest that Drake there.
There's a handshake. Aiming taking a fair bit of damage here. Featherstorm has to be used, and Deft gets himself a shield. And Pioshik going to keep him very, very happy. So the Kallista's life feeling pretty good right now. We already know that Bailout plus Kallista feels fantastic. You have Rend, so getting yourself those resets can certainly be more possible for a champion like that. You extend the life a little bit, gives her a little bit more time to add some sticks to the opposition.
You also have Bailout for Tristana, which is another crazy thing. You know, you can have a Rend used to trigger the Bailout at a perfect timing exactly when you want it to happen.
แต่ว่าลิฟต์นี่ก็ยังเหมือนสำคัญเหมือนเดิมนะเขายังไฟกันเหมือนเดิมแต่ว่ากลายเป็นว่าไอตัวใหม่3ตัวนั้นไม่ค่อยเขาอาจจะไม่ค่อยซีเรียสแล้วบอกปล่อยกันไม่อะไรเลย
in some of these fights for D+, which is why I think this composition is going to be so difficult to pilot from here on out. I see a teleport here mid from Showmaker. The contest of the Herald is on.
Yeah, they wanted to get up there. BDD does have his teleport available, but there's also a juicy turret. Exactly. Look at these Void Knights. BDD is going to taxi them towards this outer turret. So the Rift Herald is going to go down, but I think KT will be pretty happy to trade it for this first turret blood, and that does go down. BDD collects that. So his Kraken Slayer is done as well. And feeling like both teams happily cruising through this game right now, Wolf, but I'm with you. I think that KT probably a little bit happier.
Yeah.
แต่ว่าเวลาลิฟต์มันเกิดนาทีที่เท่าไหร่นะ15เดี๋ยวนี้ลิฟต์มันเกิดที่15ใช่ไหมแพทใหม่มันเลยกลายเป็นว่าเขาอาจจะไม่ซีเรียสเท่าช่วงแพทที่แล้วคุณผู้ฟังเพราะว่า ช่วงแรกเหมือนพอลิฟต์มันเกิดก่อนนะถ้าจะไม่ผิดก่อนลิฟต์มันเกิดก่อนนาทีที่15ใช่ไหมแล้วพอมันเกิดก่อนกลายเป็นว่าแบบเขาก็จะเอาลิฟต์ไปชนป้อมเพื่อให้ได้เพลทไงแต่ว่าผลแพทใหม่ถ้ามันเกิดลิฟต์มันเกิดหลังแบบเพลทป้อมมันแตกไปแล้วเขาก็อาจจะแบบไม่ซีเรียสเพราะว่ามันต่อให้โดนลิฟต์ชนมันก็ไม่ใช่ได้เงินเยอะไง
So this is becoming a little bit more problematic. Also teleport down for Showmaker because he used it on that mid catch.
Kingan's like, that ain't a real brush.
That's not right.
What's going on here?
That's not a rift change. That's just an Ivern thing.
Yeah. So look. I don't know what else he was going to do in that situation. I'll just check this brush. I'm sure that there's no one in there. All right, Kellen, looking for an opportunity as hostile takeover comes in. They're just battling one another, and Deft standing his ground. So they're going to trade 2 ultimates for just 1. So that seems all right here for D+.
Yeah, got Perfect's teleport too, so no longer having the teleport advantage over Kingan, who's left alone in the bottom side here. That's actually going to lead to a turret, so really nice opportunity taken there by D+, and it is going to give them some much-needed gold here, and KT just going to unfortunately come up empty. Not much they can do with this. 2 ultimates down, as you say, for 1. And so yeah, no kills going over, but the value here can't be overstated.
All right, Perfect is just going to go a bit aggressive here onto Kingan. Finds himself a nice little combo and does have a Sunfire Cape now completed. So as he puts these armor items together, he's going to be feeling better and better. As we've seen this one before. Scatter the Weak does come through, but now Lucid.
แต่ว่าท็อปแพทนี้เขาเอาไอเทมใหม่แล้วนะถ้าเป็นแพทก่อนที่มันจะมาเป็น 14.1 เขาจอกส่วนใหญ่ส่วนใหญ่โปรพี่เขาจอกมีดแดงกันนะมีดแดงคือไอเวลาแชมเปี้ยนมันฆ่าแชมเปี้ยนฝั่งตรงข้ามมันจะอมตะคนหนึ่งใช่ไหมตอนนี้ไม่ใช่ละเป็นอีกตัวที่แทนจำชื่อไม่ได้เหมือนกันแต่ว่าเห็นนั่นคุณออกเยอะอยู่ถ้าจำไม่ผิดมันเป็นไอเทมโจมตีจุดตายแล้วก็ทำอะไรได้สักอย่างนึง
We were just shaking hands and KT was getting the better deal. It was a rip off for D+, but some good proactive plays here actually putting them back on the board.
Let's have a look at it one more time, and this is what BDD's been doing all game long. This time Lucid was there to punish.
Yeah. Lucid knocked away early, but it doesn't matter here because he could still close the gap on BDD with the flash here. Smite's dropped and Kellen's over just to help out. Doesn't even need
ไอเทมใหม่พอมันใช้สกิลใส่แล้วสักพักจะมีระเบิดมาแบบไอเทมได้เบียดมันเสริมเพิ่มคือมันโหดจนเขาต้องเนิร์ฟไปแล้วรอบหนึ่งคุณผู้ฟังเห็นไหมคาถาขาวที่ชิ้นแรกที่ซินด้าออกมันไอเทมเมทที่แบบโคตรแรงจนเขาต้องเนิร์ฟแต่ว่าเนิร์ฟก็ยังรู้สึกว่ามันโหดอยู่ดีมันออกคล้ายๆลูเดนเอ็กโคแต่ว่ามันนั้นกว่ามันขี้โกงกว่าคือลูเดนเอ็กโคถ้าเป็นแพทก่อนที่มันจะเป็น 14.1 มันจะนั่นใช่ไหมคุณผู้ฟังพอเราสกิลใส่แล้วมันจะมีอะไรระเบิดออกมาใช่ไหมมันก็แค่นั้นไงแต่อันเนี้ยมันจะระเบิดเหมือนกันแต่มันระเบิดหลังจากที่เขาใช้สกิลทุกอย่างจบไปแล้ว
Lucid's so tanky, that's going to be the first kill onto Pyoshik. Lucid's out of there as well, and Kingan's in. It's a double here as Deft goes down. Make that one a triple as Showmaker. He's feeling fantastic about how this one's going now. Massive. 2 Drakes as well.
Massive. They win 2 big plays on the map, and then they just win this fight just straight up out of engage. KT are like, aha, I'm in Ivern bushes, and then Showmaker's like, well, let me just spot you out with a massive scatter of the week into the nature's grasp from Lucid. And they were all sitting ducks by the time BDD and Deft could do anything. They were super low. Watch this play. Bam! Massive scatter of the week comes through here. Lucid's on top of everybody. Nature's grass coming out. And then look at Deft and BDD here in the pit just trying to scare Kingan. Takes out a third of their remaining health, and they are just burning down. No possible way to fight this one out, and the engage is that good. And that is the engage you dream of with this comp. You're almost never going to see that actually worked out perfectly the way it did, but they were just all clumped up for Showmaker. And he lined them up. That was a strike. And this is a bowling alley, man. He's ready for round 2.
Speaking of which, that's exactly the Baron pit that we got this game.
Oh, look at that.
There we go. The bowling alley or the carbine, I don't know what you'd want to call it.
It's a few different
things, but I like it. You know, we're mixing things up. Here on Summoner's Rift,
carbine gun always annoyed me, so I'm on Team Bowling Alley.
All right, Team Bowling Alley. That was the original, so I'm down with that one as well.
Yeah.
It's hard to unsee though.
They are some of the worst mini games in the Yakuza series, though. Don't make me duel Majima.
Hey, but it's one of the more fun ones in Wii Sport.
Yeah, they're true.
You know?
Yeah.
Although the golf is definitely the best. Kellen, looking for an
ก็
opportunity
ที่
to
เขา
try
ป
and
รับ
cause a
เนื้อ
ruckus
กลางแผ่น
is just gonna
14 จุดเนี่ย
try and
คุณ
get
ผู้
as
ฟัง
much
ไอ้คาถา
information
ขาว
as
อ่ะ
he can.
ดูคาถาที่ซินด้ามีนะ
And KT,
คาถา
they're
ขาว
not
อ่ะ
out of it, but the game just
เขาเนิร์ฟ
became
เดเมจออก
so
คือตอนแรก
much
มันแรงกว่านี้นะคุณ
Yeah,
ผู้ฟัง
they're
ตอนนี้
almost
คือ
out
เบา
of
ล
it,
งไป
I
เยอะ
would
แล้ว
say, though. And that's the issue here is the train was
ถ้าเป็นก่อนปรับ
rolling down
ก่อน
the
ปรับ
tracks,
ให้มัน
speeding
เบา
down
ล
the
งอ่ะ
tracks of, okay, BDD
ถ้าเป็น
and Def are
ก่อน
gonna
ปรับ
be too
นี่
big.
มันน่าจะเอาเลือด
BDD
ออก
got
ไป
some
ได้
really
ประมาณ
gold.
10 ถึง
He was able to
15%
take
นะ
out
ถ้า
that
จำไม่ผิด
turret bottom side with the grubs. They committed so hard and indexed into
ของ
this
แบบ
comp
แม็ก
where
เฮดพีอ่ะ
double 80 carries
หลัง
gonna
จาก
pop
ที่
off,
ฝั่ง
and
ตรง
now
ข้ามสกิล
the
เสร็จ
King's
ไป
got
แล้
a
ว
lot of CS. We're now in this position in the game where aiming is big, Syndra is huge. It's a very tanky Maokai into a pure 80 composition, obviously with some augmented damage obviously coming through from Kyoshik, but it's still primarily 80 damage that's coming through. That's why you see that Frozen Heart. And Edge of Night's done for Kingin. It is so difficult to actually front to back now. Bailout isn't enough to save you. You're going to have to hope for something more. You're going to have to hope for a mistake and
อ๋อ
overextension.
ไอ้ถอดแผ่นนี้ก็ยังออกเป็นนั่นเหมือนเดิมเรทาลิตี้อ๋อไม่น่ารอด
is big time dead. The Infernal Chains do connect onto Deft, but he will survive for the moment. He has Kyoshik there, and there's the barrel we remember and know and love.
Yeah, it's the
ออกเรทาลิตี้เหมือนเดิม เพียง
it's
แต่ว่า
definitely
ไม่
on
มี
the
มี
no
ด
side,
ดำ
not
มา
the low
ไอ้
side,
นั่น
let's say, on the no and love there.
If you don't love me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best, Wolf. As the Baron has been started up here by D+, it is going down extremely quickly as well as now
แต่
Kellen
แคบๆมีเสียง
seems to
นะ
be
ถ้า
on
เล่
the
นด้วยตา
lines of
ไอ้
KT.
นั่นส
This
กิล
Baron
4สวยๆนี่
needs
คื
to
อ
be
สบาย
looked
เลย
at. Let's see whether Kyoshik can get in there. He's stolen Barons in the past, but I don't know about this one. This is a toughie. 2.5k does flash to get himself out of the way of this one. A possibility, not going to be able to get in there. Lucid, good fingers. He's going to be able to get that one down. And now Perfect, he just has to escape. Def trying to get some sticks in as Lucid goes for the re-engage. Barrel
ไอ้เวิร์น
gets
แย่ง
into
ไม่
the
ทัน
backline.
เฮ้ย
The
สมัย
hostile
สมัยแล้ว
takeover
มัน
is
แบบ
decent.
ไม่ทัน
And there's the Fate's Call as well, but Def is in so much trouble. Will have the opportunity to get a quick kill, but Barrel not going to be so happy about the situation. Kyoshik, he's got long legs. He can walk pretty quickly. But D+, they've got a Baron. They're already very happy about how this one went.
Showmaker going to try to stop the execute
นี่
here.
ก็น่าจะไม่รอ
Can
ด
he get it? Def thinks he can fight this out. Don't know about that.
Does not happen. Showmaker will just say, no, you're just going to die. And he is. It's just about when and how. Showmaker grabs it in the end.
Everybody match Def's KW. That's what we need. Well, that was... Perhaps he could have gotten away with the execute. Would have been close, but decides to stand his ground there and does end up getting taken out. This is a huge win again for D+. And we watch the replay. You notice that BDD is chasing Kellen on a flank to try to prevent the Recon engage. Doesn't want him to be able to do anything to set up that fight. And this means a lot of damage is gone. And imagine if Barrel was here. This would have been amazing. If he has hostile takeover for this fight, BDD comes in for the engage off this flank angle. Already a low Kellen. This looks
สตาร์ท
magical.
ไล่ไอเวิร์
But
น
he's
ก่อน
not here
ไอเวิร์
because
น
he
ก็เล
got
ย
picked,
ไม่
and
มา
that's exactly
ส
why
มัย
D+
แย่งไม่ได้
are
คือ
on
แบบ
this Baron. The rest of this fight is
ไอเวิ
super
ร์น
self-explanatory.
ยิงแฟดหนีไปก่อน
As
แล้ว
Def
คุณผู้
tries
ฟัง
to kite back, they flash onto BDD.
แฟด
And once
แฟด
one
หนี
of
เพ
these
ราะว่า
carries
ซิ
is
นด้า
down,
มันไอ้
you just
รา
don't
คามัน
have
จะ
any
มา
staying power here
สกิล
anymore
4 ใส่
with all the CC. And Def, I mean, he plays it so well, to be totally honest. He cleanses, backs away, but it's not enough.
Let's have a listen. Showmaker, what are we saying? Come here, come here. Yeah, there you go.
That's it.
Yep.
Oh.
You love to see it.
Yeah, Kyoshik's dead.
Yeah, we
with
cut
those
away.
orbs on the ground. Now, Wolf, you're a detective, right? What happened?
Well, we cut away from Perfect interacting with King in there, it looked like, stopping a back, and then we went to the other side, and it looked like Kyoshik may have just gotten caught and found, trying to farm or get vision. He's very squishy, Ivern.
Yeah. He may have been orbed.
He may have. There's a lot of damage here for this D+ that's now 10,000 gold ahead and trying to end the game.
Indeed. And they are not going to be stopping here. First two inhibitors have been taken down. BDD on the wrong side of the map to try and defend this as Perfect diving in doesn't find the Q though. And look at the damage here from D+. He's still able to get himself away. I don't know about Barrel being lucky being able to get out of that, but he does get to the fountain with the Fate's Call. Def now in a little bit of trouble, dove on top of with the quickness. No one's dead just yet. actually kind of impressive. But the Nexus turrets are, so this Nexus is definitely going to go down. It's just whether or not they can get some kills. And there goes Perfect. That's the first one. And aiming, looking for a few more, you could imagine. Finally, it is Kingin that just goes down. But